Welcome back once again to the Imaginary Gallery. It's TJ, your host. About a month ago, I posted a video that was called The Stages of Narcissistic Sexual Abuse. And I was reading through the comments and figured I would respond to one because it may represent the thought process that others may have, and I'm here to explain it a little bit. The author of the comment's identity will remain anonymous. The comment states, quote, "I don't see how these people can be good in the bedroom, because you can't be a good lover and be selfish. It just doesn't add up. You get this weird feeling as if there's nobody home with you." Well, I've got a response to that statement. On one hand, I beg to differ, and on the other hand, you're right. It's complicated. First of all, many people who have had experiences with these cluster B creatures have commented that the sex they had was the best ever. Some even claim it's the best they ever had. Because what the deal here is with this type of personality disorder, like the other parts of their game, mirroring is what's used. And personally, I've experienced the way this works, so I'm going to share it with you. What happens typically is you meet the narcissistic monster, of course not knowing that's what it is, and let's say you get to the point eventually where clothing is removed, and if you're a regular person, you'll just be living in the moment thinking, oh wow, someone likes me and wants to do this, and you'll go along with it. But everyone has things they do in a bedroom. You may notice the narcissistic personality disorder in question might let you take the lead, which could mean your clothing comes off and maybe you reach out and put your hand behind their head, and maybe you put your nose up the side of their neck and nibble on their ear, or whatever you may do. The narcissistic personality disorder has got their record button pressed. They are monitoring what you are doing and internalizing it into their hard drive or their sick brain computer. So they are noticing what you are doing. And of course they'll respond to it, but they're recording. So many times the first encounter may not be so great. However, it's kind of like practice, because they are mirroring you in your life already. Well, why should that stop in the bedroom? In fact, when they mirror you in the bedroom, you are tricked into thinking, wow, this person's so in tune with me in real life, and now here in the bedroom, it's the same. Oh, this person's the one. Well, it's phony. So in that respect, you're right. But remember, you're dealing with an actor or actress. So if you do certain things in the bedroom encounter, whether this other person likes them or not, which in many cases they're into way more debaucherous things, but you'll never know that. And they will recall that memory the next time they're with you, and they will do the exact same things to you that you may have done to him or her. You, of course, will just think this is just a natural thing and think, wow, how could I find somebody who likes to do exactly what I do? So many other people didn't like the things I like, and oh, and that brings you and hooks you in further, because they can tell. They can tell if you're doing something you're really passionate about. Well, they're going to do it back to you, and you are going to think, wow. And this kind of fits in with the whole concept of the narcissistic personality syndrome. Just like with, in real life, outside the bedroom, what's happening in many cases is you're not falling in love with this creature. This creature is mirroring you, so you're pretty much falling in love with yourself. You're seeing a person who seems to believe the same way you do, who is on your side all the time, who does everything that you want them to do, of course, in the beginning idealization phase. All this adds up together, and you express your boundary lines about how certain things are unacceptable, and this person is like saying, oh, I believe that too. And it's just as if you've met the perfect person, which, of course, it's all an act on their part. Like if you say, we made love, I haven't seen you for 3 days. I hope you haven't been with someone else because I'm still thinking about us. Well, truth is, the narcissistic personality person has made love with 10 other people since the last time you did. But because you've said this, you will get a response like, oh no, I feel the same way. I couldn't dare be with anyone but you. And if you're gullible, or if you're just a regular person that has no reason to believe otherwise, you will think, wow, that's great. And it'll be like a point in their favor in your brain, but it's fake. That's the whole thing. It's not real. And of course, you won't be able to see what really happened those last few days, so it's typical for the average person to simply accept what they're hearing and be happy about it. Which, of course, is one of the reasons why it's so devastating later on down the road when you find out what really happened those few days you were apart. And then you'll get some retarded excuse, well, it's your fault because you wouldn't see me the next day, so I had to. Wrong. But yes, they memorize and copy you, including in the bedroom, and it makes us fall for them because we think, wow, of all the partners I've been involved with, this one just seems to be so in sync. And yes, remember, again, it's usually not the very first time. The first time, they're just watching and learning. The second, third, and fourth, usually they're starting to incorporate what they've seen you do back to you and trying to do it the best way possible. And of course, even if they're not that great at it at first, more than likely you're going to think you found somebody you're really in tune with. But then the other part of your statement, viewer, is you get this weird feeling as if there's nobody home with you. Well, see, they would never do that or act that way in the beginning. Now, as far as American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, he simply hired some call girls and was playing with them and doing this in the mirror. Yeah, I'm the man, I got 2 chicks. But we're talking about like a relationship or quasi-relationship with this person. So they're going to be completely home with you as far as their act goes. In fact, some of them even go as far as to act selfless. Like if you, for example, are going through a really stressful time, they may even prove how wonderful they are, supposedly, by performing a specific act on you and not expect anything in return and make it clear that I'm doing this for you because you are undergoing stress. When you think, oh, how sweet and selfless of this person, and the truth is probably they've already been with 6 people that day already and they're worn out. So they're conveniently switching that reality around to make it be as if, oh no, I don't need anything done to me, I'm concerned about you, which earns them even more points and is likely to make you think you found gold. Eventually, you will learn you may have found gold, but it's fool's gold.
Hi, I am the narcopath, and I love you. Please love me too. I've been hearing some things you've been saying about me. I know it's been at least 10 years since I dumped you. But believe me, I always keep track of my property. And I just happened to speak to someone, a mutual friend who shall remain nameless. And she told me how you still haven't gotten over me. Well, that's not what she said, but I could tell by what she did tell me. You never got over me. One of the biggest deals when I dumped you, I remember how you used to be so upset because, I'll admit this, you were a very cute guy. You really were. However, the guy I replaced you with, once I got rid of you, let's face it, he's history now, so I can say anything. He wasn't that attractive. You were. Because you don't know the nature of my kind, you won't understand. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about beauty or ugly. Well, sometimes I do, if it makes me look good in front of others, if I want to make an ex-lover jealous. But in this case, I did the reverse, because I knew you could be a model. You could have anyone you want, so they say. So it really gave me the biggest thrill to find a guy who was not gorgeous, who had flaws, who anybody could just look and say, why would she leave him for that? So that was part of the game. I wanted to make you feel inadequate. And, of course, you'd be jealous, wondering what he could give me that you couldn't. None of them give me anything if you need the truth. I use them for what I need. The problem with you at the time was you were becoming inconvenient. You found out my secrets. I'm no good if my secrets are discovered. You see? I know you probably don't understand because that's not the way you lived your life. In fact, you told me your secrets and I was thinking, why on earth would you even say that to somebody? But I realize you're a different kind of person. All my life I've used and exploited people. I don't connect like you think you do and tried to me and obviously saw through it. I wasn't connecting to anything except to your bank account. I thought it was funny that you were so concerned I would pick someone who wasn't as pretty as you. And of course I could always play the, I don't care about looks. It's what's inside that counts. Now if you could see inside me, you'd see rotten to the core with roaches and maggots and disgusting things. But I could never let you know I felt that way. So I quickly, promptly replaced you with him. And of course, 30 others since him. Everybody wants me. It's just they all cheated and lied. I couldn't be with them anymore. Oh,